The way I see it is a look at 4 different photographers, how they got started, and a look at their tips and techniques that make them successful. You'll learn how they applied their talents in photographing people, scenics, action, and nature.
Sometimes when I'm focusing in on something very small with the extension tube, I move in and out with my body and then fine focus with the actual focus mechanism. And if there isn't any dew in the morning, then sometimes you can cheat and take your atomizer along. Just go psh, psh, and the grass or a flower will then take up this reflectance, and just the little water droplets on it will make it even more special than it looks on its own.
Additional titles in this series include Nature and Scenic Photography, Images with Imagination, and Advanced Existing Light Photography.
Action. It's all around us these days as all of us, our friends and families, enjoy the mind and body benefits, the thrills and spills of sports.
Imagine, a videotape series featuring some of the leading contemporary professional photographers in the world. Masters who turned their visions into the most creative and exciting photographic images possible. Imagine going behind the scenes in their studios or on location as they share their secrets of photography. Imagine learning new skills with your camera and new techniques in your darkroom. Eastman Kodak's Professional Photography Division is proud to announce a brand new series of videotape programs that enlightens, informs, and entertains. A series that is about to revolutionize the way we learn photography. Imagine, Images of the Masters.
Capturing the special, the everyday, and the once-in-a-lifetime moments is something we would all like to do better. In this program, you will travel to faraway places for vacation picture taking, enjoy the magic of a birthday party at home, and learn how to capture in pictures precious moments that occur every day.
It's been the stage from which countless dreams have come true. It's a magical place because it has that special something that brings to life all our fantasies. Action, adventure, comedy, and romance. It's touched a part of all of our lives. Hello, I'm Pamela Putnam, and I'll be your guide in this program. This movie set I'm standing on is located at Universal Studios in Hollywood, California. Well, it's appropriate that we begin our story here, because after all, this is where the magic of Hollywood movie making really began. In fact, it was on this very street in 1931 that Boris Karloff made his first appearance as Frankenstein. Well, it was magic then, and it's still great fun today. Because of today's modern technology, some of the fun of Hollywood movie making can be shared by all of us. Because of this, the home video camera. Neat trick, huh? I'll show you how that's done later. Well, video cameras, lights, and sound have come a long way in recent years. Today's new video cameras allow us to become Hollywood-type directors and producers wherever we go. Let me show you what I mean. Studios tour, some of that magic that we've been talking about happens every day. And I just captured it on my own camcorder. You see, one of the fun things about making your own home videos is that anyone can do it. It's for people of all ages, and it's easy. And that's what we'll be sharing in this program, the ease and the fun of making better home videos. Oh, we'll also be meeting with several well-known professional camera operators who will teach us their tips and techniques on making better home videos. We'll see them at work and at play using their own home video cameras. So, grab your camera and, as they say in Hollywood, on with the show. We're on a Hollywood soundstage. This is where a lot of TV shows and movies are made. Right now, they're wrapping this set. Now, as you look around, you'll see a lot of equipment and lights. This is a part of the success of any good production, whether it's a movie, a TV show, music video, or a home video. You have got to have the right equipment. Also, you need to know about such things as action, camera moves, use of your zoom lens, lights, sound, and continuity. Remember, you're the director-videographer. The camcorder is your tool. Use it correctly and you'll have magic moments to share. Abuse it and you'll have a videotape you'll probably want to record over. Well, we'll go into all of those things in detail later in the program when we meet with our professional video makers. Right now, I'd like to share a few tips of my own about making your first production. I love to do that. Oh, look at all this equipment. Isn't it great? You know, today there are lots of different kinds of accessories for your camcorder. Well, items like special tripods, lenses, filters, microphones, a variety of new cameras, and lots of tapes. In fact, that's a question that comes up quite often. What kind of tape should I use? Well, everyone seems to have a different opinion. So what should you do? Well, a good rule of thumb is to always go with name brands. Now, even within those brands, there are various grades of quality. My suggestion is to spend the extra $1 or $2 and go with the highest grade available. It'll be well worth your while. One of the things I find frustrating when I'm shooting is that my batteries always seem to die at the worst possible moments. Now, I've found two solutions to this problem. First, always be sure that your batteries are fully charged before you begin shooting. Secondly, always carry 2 or even 3 fully charged batteries with you at all times as backup. Well, they'll more than pay for themselves, and this way you won't miss that special moment. All camcorders have zoom lenses. Now, without changing your position, this lens allows you to zoom in closer to your subject, or if you like, zoom back so you can see more of where you are. Something to be careful of is overusing your zoom. Too much of it can make anyone queasy after a while. See what I mean? Your camcorder also has a microphone like this. It usually has an extra socket for an external mic. We'll talk more about microphones and sound later. If you have any specific questions regarding your camcorder or how it works, please refer to your instruction manual. It usually has all the answers. Oh, another thing to remember, please plan your recordings to last at least 7 to 10 seconds. That way your video won't be a series of short, quick little scenes that move too fast for you to enjoy. Also, when you've finished recording what you want, let your camera continue to record for another 2 or 3 seconds. When a camcorder stops, it always rewinds just a little bit. So this way you won't be recording over the end of your last scene. But what we really want to do is get down to the fun of making home videos. And to do that, we're going to be meeting 3 highly skilled professionals who work in the industry of video production. Each of these video makers creates with his own special techniques, but they each share a common bond. Their professional tips and techniques can also be applied to making home videos. And when work is done, that's exactly what they do. Because just like everybody else, they enjoy making home videos too. Let's start by meeting Emmy-winning sports cameraman John Boeddeker.
Hi. We've come out today to videotape some of our friends playing baseball. And one thing that's always part of my equipment, whether I'm working professionally or just doing a home video such as this, is the tripod. And the tripod is a very important tool in the success of any type of video. Today's tripods aren't the big bulky things that they used to be. Today they're almost always made of a lightweight aluminum and they're much easier to carry around. But what's really important is that you get a video tripod for your camera. Now, you don't want to go into the closet and dig out any old tripod that you've used with your still camera. A video tripod is especially designed with what they call a fluid head. And because of this fluid head, it allows you to make your pans from left, right, and your tilts up and down to be much easier and smoother. A still camera tripod will be stiff and difficult to move, and you'll end up with rough, jerky movements. With the use of the right tripod, all your moves will be smoother. Watch. You know, with every camcorder, there are 2 types of focusing, automatic and manual. The best way to set your focus manually is to zoom all the way in on your subject, set your focus, and then widen back to the framing that you want. Now, it's important that you do your manual focusing before you start to record. This way you'll end up recording only the material that you want to keep. Now, when placing your camera in the autofocus position, you no longer need to think about focusing the camera. The camera will automatically focus on whatever's in the center of your frame. But be careful when using your autofocus if your principal subject is off to one side, because the autofocus will ignore your subject and focus on the background. If you've taken still pictures, you've probably captured the moment with close-ups and wide shots. Good video making is made up of these same shots, and they're tied together with continuity. Let me show you some techniques that I use that might help you too with your videos. Let's start from the beginning. From the time you start to record to the time you stop, that's called a shot. And all videos are made up of these so-called shots. The lengths of these shots are really up to you. They can be as long or as short as you like. The way these shots are put together, though, determines the success of your videos. So before you make your first shot, let's discuss some of the creative options that you have. A good rule of thumb is to make your first shot a fairly wide one in order to show where you are and who's involved in the activity. This will help to establish for your audience what's going on. In fact, this wide shot is often called the establishing shot. The next shot to think about is called a medium shot, and it's used to get a little better acquainted with your subject. I'm taking a medium shot of the pitcher because he's concerned about the batter, especially since the bases are loaded. And with a close-up shot, I can really show the concern on his face. I've already established him in the wide shot, and now by putting these shots together, we begin to tell a story. Remember, stop recording between shots for a smooth, professional look. Otherwise, your scene might look something like this. By starting and stopping your video recording, you get rid of all that bad video in between. I stop the camera a lot when I do my shooting. I do this so that I can change angles and give my video some variety. It also makes it a lot more enjoyable to watch. Don't just sit up there in the stands. Get up, move around, and change your position. But make sure you stop recording before you move to that new angle. Since you can't always get too close to the action, simply use your zoom lens. This allows me to move smoothly into a close-up of the batter. He swings and he misses, and the inning is over. Now I'll finish my video with a reaction shot of the winning team. And by the way, a reaction shot is a great way to close your story. You know, one of the real joys in making your own video is it allows you to control exactly how your audience sees your subject. And the way they see it is very important. And that brings us to our next point, good picture composition. Now, composition is basically the arrangement of your main subject, your foreground, and your background. And you do this by positioning your subjects in such a way as to eliminate any outside distractions from interfering in the picture. Here we have Jamie brushing her horse. In the background, we see a telephone pole appearing to come out of the top of the horse's head. By simply changing our position, or our subject's position, we eliminate the telephone pole and we create better composition. Here's another tip for good composition. Don't leave a lot of unnecessary space around your subject. Zoom in or move in a little bit closer and fill the frame with what's important. And don't leave a lot of space over the top of your subject's head unless there's a good reason for it. In framing your shot, it's very important that your horizon line be straight. Otherwise, rather than riding off into the sunset, our horse and rider look like they're riding down a hill. Another rule relates to camera height in relation to your subject. A low camera angle emphasizes height and can make your subject appear to be larger than life. It is also very effective in creating the illusion of power. A high angle can be fun too, but it creates the opposite effect. People look smaller and appear to have less importance. High and low angles are fun, but they're usually only used to create an effect or for establishing shots. The basic rule of thumb, however, is to videotape your subject at their eye level. Put your camera right about here. Now, as you choose your angles, be very aware of foreground objects. Lots of times they can be distracting and draw your attention away from what you're really taping. You can, however, use them to help create better composition. A final consideration when videotaping is action, always try to have some sort of activity happening in each of your shots. That way your videos will look a lot more interesting. This means you'll have to have a sense of timing, be able to anticipate where the action is and what's going to happen next. Here's where your zoom lens can be useful. Don't be afraid to zoom in and follow the action. But be careful not to get too close as to miss what's going on. Your sense of timing, how long your shot should be, and what camera angles to use will develop out of practice, and soon you'll be a pro at making better videos.
Some simple but important techniques to remember. Thanks, John. They were great tips. Well, let's go over them quickly to recap. Establishing shots. These are very useful in setting the scene, establishing where you are and who the main subjects are. Medium shots. Medium shots get you closer to the subject, but not too close. Close-ups. These show expression and feelings. Reaction shots. These help your audience see how people react to what's going on. A good reaction shot can be an exclamation point in your video story. Composition. Remember, avoid distractions in the background and fill the frame with your main subject or main action. Horizon lines. Always keep them straight. Angles. Use different angles for variety, high and low. But remember, your main subject always looks best when videotaped at eye level. Action. Learn to anticipate. A sense of timing will develop with practice, and practice makes perfect. Before we meet our next videographer, I'd like to take a moment to share some tips from what I call my video gadget bag. Now, every professional videographer I have ever met has a few good tricks up his sleeve to help make better videos. Well, most of these tricks are just basic accessories that you can use to be more creative with your productions. For example, there are a variety of different lens attachments, well, such as these. Now, these lens attachments can be taken on or off your camera in a few seconds, and they make your normal camera lens far more versatile. Let me show you. They're super wide-angle lenses for videotaping those outdoor panoramas. And it can come in really handy when you're in a small place and you can't get wide enough to fit everything in. A super telephoto lens helps to get you closer to things that are further away, such as at a sporting event, or even closer in capturing the beauty of nature. There is also a 2-in-1 combination reversible lens with both wide-angle lens and telephoto. You can get color filters that can enhance your sunsets, and there's soft filters to create a mood. All of these accessories are affordable and easy to use. Stop by your video dealer and check them out. You know, they make great gifts, and they also help make great videos. You know, one of the pleasures of making home videos is that it's wonderful to look at yourself and others. Now, most of us think the way to videotape people is to just put them in front of the camera and start shooting. Well, that's one reason that home videos have an amateurish look when compared to professional television shows. Well, there are some easy-to-use techniques that can help make your home videos have more of a Hollywood look. Let's meet Jeff Wheat, a Hollywood cameraman who's worked on numerous commercials, documentaries, such films as E.T. and Blade Runner, and television shows like Growing Pains and Night Court. Let's learn his secrets to making better home movies. Oh!
Every quality video production has a director and a large crew of people to get the job done. In making your own video productions, you'll wear many different hats. There will be times when you'll be the entire crew and the director. But your one aim in video making is to communicate, to tell a story, just like we do on a television show.
Your story has to be well thought out and easy to understand. And it's your job as the videographer, by changing your angles and composition, to build a sequence of shots that has a logical order and continuity. Now, when we work on a television show, we have the luxury of editing our programs. But in most home videos, you have to edit in the camera as you go, by turning the camera on and off. Now, the next time you watch a story on television, pay special attention to the use of the different kinds of shots and how they're used to tell a story. Now, when I'm making a video, whether it's professionally or just for myself, I try to plan out all the different types of shots I'll need to tell my story. On a typical Hollywood production, I would work from a script to do my planning. Obviously, you can write your own scripts depending upon how elaborate you want your video to be. But for our purposes, let's imagine our story is about a family going on a trip. Now, one of the first things that a movie director does is to storyboard their shots. Now, that means that they'll take a large board or a sheet of paper like this, and they'll actually draw out each shot before they shoot it. But our production is much simpler, so let's be practical. Let's put ours on these file cards so that we can carry them around with us as we shoot. Now, as the director of this project, remember it's important that you communicate with your talent, in this case your family, so that they'll be able to enjoy making the video with you. You might want to rehearse or talk through some of the planned shots before you actually shoot them. So let's use our imagination and plan our story. Let's begin our video with an establishing shot of packing the car. And another shot we should consider is a traveling shot from the car. Those are always nice. Let's put down on a card some shots of important signs to help us indicate the distance and where we've been traveling to. Once you arrive at your destination, you should establish where you are with a wide shot or a pan of the whole area. And don't forget, you're working with sound here, so have your family talk about where they are and what they're doing. In fact, it's a good idea to have one of your family members be the main actor to carry on the conversation and maybe even to help others who might be a little bit shy. You know, rather than talk you through this, let me show you how easily these cards can be put to use in helping you make a better video.
You're doing so good with that. Can I help you?
I'll get to them back, Mom.
Okay, great. Perfect. Here, Brandon, give it to me.
Here's that establishing shot we put on our first storyboard card.
Pile in. Buckle up.
Get in there, Spot.
Oh, we're going to have a great day, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Honey, are you coming with us today?
Yeah. Can I?
Sure. You can drive.
Remember the traveling shot from the car?
Remember today?
I don't know, but we'll sure check and find out. Hey, honey. Save the date for the animals at the zoo. I mean the other animals. At the zoo. You know.
Be prepared to capture some of the fun, unexpected moments along the way.
Stop having fun.
No.
Okay, guys, it won't be long. We're almost there. Yeah, all right.
Here's the shot establishing where we are. Remember to pan so that you can see the whole area. And if there are any signs, make sure to include them.
Suze, what are you shooting now?
Hold on a second. I want to get the gorilla sign.
Use your zoom lens to get in close to the animals. It'll give you a sense of being right there with them. It's always fun to see the animals play.
Look at the camera with the two
Kneel
arms.
or stoop down, especially when videotaping young children. It makes them look more pleasing.
You guys like to ride
And don't
a
forget some of the close-ups for good expressions and reactions.
Would you like to?
Yeah.
Try to establish your new locations with a wide shot.
Oh, they're great.
Look at that, Brandon's going in.
Going in. Oh, they're great. Those two polar bears are so big.
Your zoom lens lets you get close enough without getting wet.
Hi, guys.
Oh, hey, guys, look at the camera. Wave.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, look down here, guys. I think he's going to go to sleep.
Some of the best memories of all are of just plain having fun.
Okay, we're right here, guys.
Record some signs as cutaways or transitions, especially when changing locations.
Hey, let's go. Come on, Suze.
Sound is also an important part of your story. In addition to hearing the natural sounds, make sure to hear your family's reactions.
Oh, Bob, look at the baby elephant. Isn't it cute?
First he sucks it up in his nose, then he puts it in his mouth.
It's kind of like an elephant water fountain.
I promised you a ride. Remember the camel I was telling you about? Come on, Bob, let's give him a real ride.
Use a tripod for steadiness. If you don't have a tripod handy, lean against a tree or a wall for support. Try to vary your shots to capture all of those special reactions. The tighter shots will help you to appreciate those once-in-a-lifetime experiences.
This is great.
Hey kids, how'd you like your ride?
It was terrific.
Yeah, should we come here again? Come on guys, hop in.
Make sure you have a well-planned ending for your story.
Buckle up. Suze, are you coming?
Gee, I didn't think you were going to wait for me.
I'll always wait for you.
Now you see how easy that was? Wait until this family looks back on their vacation video years from now. They'll be happy that they took the time to do it right. And you know, they had fun doing it too.
Before meeting our next video professional, let's take a moment to talk about the importance of sound. Remember, you're making sound video recordings, so be sure to utilize your natural sounds and make sure you have people talk. It's what brings your videos to life. Your camcorder has a built-in microphone on it, and it's the most convenient to use. But it also helps to have your subject speak loud and clear. As you experiment with making better videos, you'll want to progress on to one or more external microphones to get better sound quality. Hello, boys.
Hello, Mrs. Lady. Hello.
Oh, thank you. This is a wireless microphone. It can be clipped to the main speaker, well, such as me, and it can also be hidden in the clothing. A good tip to remember with this microphone is never place it near any kind of jewelry or silk material. It's very sensitive and it'll pick up the rustling. Oh, by the way, all of the people in this program, they've been wearing wireless microphones. Well, as you can probably guess, a wireless microphone works well for the main speaker, but it doesn't work that well in a group. Okay. Oh, thank you. Now, this microphone works on the same principle, but it has better range. It can operate up to 1,500 feet with virtually no loss in sound quality or volume. A wireless microphone is a very important addition to making better home videos. Good sound is a must. You can have a beautiful picture, but it's the sound that brings it to life. Oh, thank you. Now, this type of microphone has a telescopic position that can pick up signals to almost 100 feet. It comes with an easy-to-use adapter cord and a windscreen. This screen helps to protect the mic from loud wind. All of the microphones I've shown you work on batteries. And to learn more about microphones and how they can help you to make better videos, visit your video accessory dealer. They'll have more technical information on the subject. Well, boys, thanks a lot. I really appreciate all your help.
Well, Mrs. Lady, be sure to look up a dog's pedigree before you kiss it.
Come on, let's go.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Hey, come on.
Goodbye, boys. Well, that brings us to our next professional videographer, Shemane Nugent. Shemane recently returned from an African safari where she worked with her husband, rock and roll legend Ted Nugent, to produce a video on bow hunting. Shemane also works in Detroit, where she creates video yearbooks of high schools. And she enjoys making her own home videos. Well, let's talk to Shemane about her special way of making videos.
The first thing that most people tape when they buy a video camera is their family. I certainly did that, and it's great to relive those special moments we've shared here at the Nugent Ranch. But I consider myself a documentary video maker. Instead of just letting the camera run, I use a variety of techniques that I feel makes my videos more interesting. One of the most important points in making better home videos is lighting. Light is what makes photography or videography possible. It allows you to see and record an image. It also lets you create a mood, an atmosphere, It suggests the time of day and it defines the shape of things. Bright light from the front can give brilliance to the picture, but it can also make people squint. When you place your light source behind your subject, it's called backlighting. People won't be squinting, but the quality of the video may look muddy and colorless. A simple solution would be to move around so the light comes more at an angle. But be careful, this side lighting may cause harsh shadows. Another solution is to take a plain white board and use it as a reflector. Basically, you're using the reflector board to bounce the light back onto your subject. With the reflector board, you'll need an assistant, but there's an easier way. Here's an easy-to-use video light which can be attached directly to your video camera. It's like a Hollywood lighting package all contained in one simple piece of equipment. And it's inexpensive too. Even though most camcorders can give you a good image indoors in existing low light, the actual image may lack good color and contrast. That's why I recommend an auxiliary light like this. It doesn't take a lot of light to put some snap and color into your shot, and you can do it without making people feel uncomfortable. Here's another instance when available light may be the only preferable source. Adding more light could disturb the baby and spoil the moment. If you must add some light, you could bounce the video light against the ceiling or a light-colored wall. This handy light can give you more than 30 minutes of use from one battery. For longer, uninterrupted use, you can attach a second battery to the light through a connecting cord. The second battery can fit into a belt holder for easier carrying. This system lets you have almost 60 minutes of uninterrupted light for your production. I like to use a light like this because it's very dependable. Also available for this light is a special color filter kit for creating special lighting effects. This kit has easy-to-use red, amber, and blue filters. Another type of light that's available is the zoom light. It has a special system which allows you to focus the light as a narrow spotlight or make it a wider, broader beam of light. The nice part about this light is that it allows you to get perfectly even illumination from left to right without any hot spots along the way. It comes with a 12-volt rechargeable battery pack. Remember, lighting your scene properly helps make the difference in making better home videos. Most professional videos are edited, taking out the bad and leaving in the good. There are simple ways to edit your videos. One is to transfer your good scenes onto another tape by using 2 video recorders. Another more sophisticated way is with an editing system like this. But the easiest way is to edit in your camcorder by pausing in between shots, doing all your focusing and changing angles, and then start recording again. You know, I got started in college and majored in broadcasting. It helped me, but I'd wish I'd had some professional tips, like the ones we're giving you now. Although I enjoy making home videos of my friends and family for fun, I've taken what I've learned and started a video business of my own. Just recently, I worked with my husband Ted on a series of hunting videos which are for sale in the home video market. In these, I use most of the techniques that have already been described in this program. There are actually a lot of ways you can use your video camera and skills for profit. Whether you're taping weddings, sporting events, business meetings, or school plays, there are a lot of business opportunities you can find. And by applying the techniques we've shared in this program, you could be on the start of a career that, who knows, may lead you to Hollywood. So remember, whether it's a video of your family, a video of an event, or a video just for the fun of it, it's an extension of you. Take your time to do it right. Make a video you can be proud of. You're the artist, and the camcorder is your brush. Use it and create a living memory of those special moments in your life.
Those special moments in your life. Well, that's exactly what making a home video is all about. Recording those special moments and being able to relive them. We hope through this tape that we've been able to give you some new creative ways to improve your videos. Maybe even some idea of what to shoot. Remember, this tape is your tool. You should use it as often as you need to review the tips and techniques that John, Jeff, and Shemane have shared. Most important, Remember to practice them. You may not become a Cecil B. DeMille or a Steven Spielberg overnight with your productions, but you should have a lot of fun doing them. You know, there's a certain joy in making your own home movies and sharing them with friends. It's like bringing some of the magic of Hollywood into your own home. Oh, and speaking of magic, there is one more tip I'd like to share with you. Come with me. Remember this? Here's the secret, but don't tell anyone, okay? It's simple to do. Just put your camera on the tripod, lock it down so it doesn't move, record your subject, then put your camera on pause or stop. Have your subject leave the frame. Then start recording again. Hollywood? No, just another tip to be shared among us videographers. Well, thanks for joining us. We really enjoyed sharing all our tips and techniques with you, and we hope you'll be able to put them to good use. Oh, by the way, see if you can figure this one out. Isn't this fun?
Say, anyone around here see a pretty girl in a pink shirt?
Hey guys, if I'm going to do this, I'd like to have a chair. Oh, thanks. Oh, well, thanks again. Oh, look, here comes the tram. Say, how many of you have camcorders? Yeah! All right. Is this my lucky day? Hey, aren't you guys coming? Well, thanks anyway. It's been great knowing you. Bye.